A month after meeting, getting engaged is a little impulsive. Cut to Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson getting engaged after just knowing each other for a month. I would say the majority of these end in absolute failure, and I'm going to guess that's where this one's headed. Ariana Grande is a massive pop star, and Pete Davidson is known as obviously being on SNL and being a comedian. So Pete Davidson's definitely winning so far in this portion of it, so I definitely can't fault him, I guess, for wanting to marry someone who he finds attractive and who is also incredibly rich. So hopefully love is the reason for all of this, and hopefully the reason why it does last is because they do love each other. I'm going to guess that the hottest and quickest relationship of 2018 will probably be the quickest failure of 2019, and none of us will be surprised. I pray for him.
Yo, dude! It's Yo Dude with A&J! Yo, dude! Our Hypothesis Podcast Metropolis!
Sweet, I can do
that. You can do the Grande Combo. That's their couple name. And we're recording. The Grande Combo.
That's right.
Cheers. Yeah. Welcome back to Yo Dude, episode 2. I am young De Niro. That's old De Niro over there. And, the camera's working. There we go. Old De Niro. He's on. And we're going to break it down today. How's it going, Ian?
Oh, good. Just been a long week. Been battling some illnesses and feeling like death. But
yeah, I need a new office chair.
In back shop. Yeah, your chair's a little squeaky.
I know. When we were editing the Badass Ridiculous, all I could hear was, I was like, man. It's like, how much coffee did I drink that morning? Yeah. I was like, yeah.
That's why
I was a little excited over the content. It was so funny.
I had to be in a still chair, or else I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna be heading to IMAX, or no, what's that? IKEA in the chair.
Oh, nice.
No, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you get some Swedish meatballs.
They sell meatballs?
Yeah, they're known for their Swedish meatballs.
I've never been to an IKEA.
We have a big one up here.
Yep, we have an Office Max.
You're like, probably going to go to Ross, maybe some Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if I have enough time.
I don't know if I have enough time. Yeah. But, yep. And then, I've had a pretty busy week. Nothing too crazy. I was hanging out with my grandma. Stopped by, right? And she was hanging out with my great-grandma, whose memory is slipping a little bit. And she had suggested that she moved in with my grandma. And my grandma was like, what, you don't remember that we did this experiment and it didn't work out? And that never happened. And so I was like, it's so cold.
Oh, shit.
It was so funny because she's awesome. They're both awesome, but you get what I mean. But it was so funny. I was like, next level savage. I was like,
oh shit.
Granny thug life.
Granny's on granny crime?
Right, I was like, she's like, you're not going to put on one of your interviews, are you? I was like, I don't know, I might. I might hold this close to the chest till you die. And then when everyone's telling sweet eulogies about how well they know you, I'm like, well, actually.
Like, this is going to come up. Yeah. No, my grandma's the same way, man. Like, literally, she says some crazy stuff, and, like, I'm just like, man, things I could probably say about the random things my grandma's said.
Right.
Which is, I mean, she's just from that old school, like, she doesn't hold her tongue. She will
your grandma's from Michigan, right?
Yeah, yep.
So is mine. So, hey, there you go.
See? Michigan people.
Hey.
There you go.
So, I don't know. I've only been to the Detroit airport, like, 3 times. But, like on a pass-through layover, but I've never been out with the wildlife.
Makes sense, yeah. No, I've been all over. It's an interesting place to like kind of grow up. Like, I kind of grew up there, but like being a military brat, it was like I'd come in and then like we'd leave and come in, and so I'd go visit family. We have family pretty much all throughout the whole lower peninsula.
Yeah.
I think we have a couple in the upper peninsula, but I've never gone and visited them. But
yeah, I know. The family's from that part of the family's from South Michigan. We talked about it, but I can't remember where it was now. But yeah, anyways.
Exactly. Can't beat that.
Okay, cool.
Michigan.
So, the Grande Combo, huh?
Yeah. Grande Combo. Dude, I don't even know. Like, I don't honestly care. I'm a married dude. I really don't care. But like, at some point, like, you got these people gotta understand. You can't just be rushing into things. They've known each other like a week.
Yeah.
Not really a week.
Or at least they've been intimate for a week.
I think they met.
Well,
I think they
have
met
they
in May.
been? I mean, I'm not super hip to the story because I don't want to waste brain space on
No,
the Grande Combo. But
I'm the same.
but what was I gonna say? Were they dating other people shortly before this, or were they like a thing? Maybe not to the public.
I
Something.
100%. I 100% don't know for sure. I know they
Okay.
met in May though.
Oh, so that's not that long at all.
So it's not long to be like engaged. Dude's got like 2 tattoos, like that are like
crazy.
her specific tattoos.
That's crazy.
I mean, he's got a bunch of tattoos anyway, so it's like whatever. Like, I get some people just don't care.
She's got the hooks in them.
Dude, I like I was reading somewhere. I think like he might have some like bipolar issue or something like that. So
Really?
so he's very like manic, sort of, and like he makes rash decisions. But I'm like, dude, you're also
he's a dude. He's being dumb.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
probably a dude that probably hasn't got a good piece before, and then he just got some like game change and a game change and layout. You get what I mean? And now he's spun, dude, and he ain't thinking it through.
I mean, it's a wild situation.
Think,
I
think
mean,
about think about an 18-year-old Ant-Man or like a 16-year-old Ant-Man, and you finally get something that's like you break to the next level. You finally swing out of your league and hit it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And then you're like, what?
yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's a rookie mistake, bro.
dude, it's just like, dude, like I
Mistake.
get it. I get it that he thinks he like outkicked his coverage maybe. Like he's like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
but
He honestly did.
oh, I mean, fair enough. In all
That-
actuality, yeah, money wise,
that dude
probably
looks
looks
like-
wise.
Pete Davidson looks like the cross between William Dafoe and who? Because he looks like William Dafoe, like a 2 shades creepier, less creepy William Dafoe, and then
His teeth are just really big. Like
is that what it is?
it seems like it. I think
Mm.
like
No, but hey, good for you, bro. I hope it works out, man. I hope she doesn't sign the prenup.
I mean we
'Cause
all
she has to have more money than he does.
oh god if she has good like people representing her, yeah, because like the hottest like engagement probably marriage of 2018 is gonna be it's gonna be over like quick. But we all know that person. Like we all have those people in our lives that like they fall in love like when they turn the corner. Like it's like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna live without that lady who's walking down the street that I've never said hi to.
Or
And then like,
what about in the Facebook feed? Every 3
Oh,
months they're in love again, and it's the same thread with a different face.
it's the best though because it's like literally watching people like just not understand. It's like for like 3 months, it's like 72 pictures a day, like, and then it's like all these like I can't fall in love, and then it's like one day the thing's like relationship changed to complicated, and then it's like it was over, and then next thing you know, it's like I don't know how I'm gonna live without it, and then the next week it's like I met Billy at the
No, I got you, man. It's the same thing. It's always the same. Going to the store with my love, and then it's like we all go to the store. We all have to eat. We all go buy groceries. Or
It's part of the reason why I love my wife so much because like literally she sees stuff like that and she's like, can someone gag me in a box because like fucking literally this is like so over the top. Like she's not one of those typical like women who are like it's a storybook love affair.
Right.
You're like, but it's not when it happened like 52 times this year. Like
Yeah,
there's a
no,
difference, too.
I got you. I usually point stuff out like I'm like, it's always the same people too. It's really funny.
It is.
I mean, hey, whatever. It's still really funny.
It's just funny that it's so public. It's funny when it happens to celebrities, like even if they're like mild celebrities.
Right. Well, I mean, I think in the non-celebrity vein, it's some people get caught in that social media cycle.
All right, so now I guess we'll throw over to the video I did earlier today about it's my Hey Buddy You Can Drink Now, which is a pretty cool series. If you haven't checked them out, they're basically like little videos on things that turn 21. Because everyone does like 20th and 25th and blah blah. 21's kind of cool though. I always judge everything by if they could drink, almost like in my real life.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
So this week was pretty cool for me because I am a big WNBA fan.
Yes, you are.
And so 21 years ago today was the first game, the first WNBA game.
Yeah, that was the Sparks and Liberty, right?
That is correct.
Oh,
I know you're a big
cheers.
Sparks fan.
Yeah, I like the Sparks. So, cheers to you, WNBA.
Your LA favoritism.
Hey, well, you like the Pistons. You're from Michigan.
That's true.
Why is it a crime for me to like my home teams? Like what?
Yeah, whatever. It's cool.
I mean,
are you a Rams fan? You're a Rams fan?
no, I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm barely even a football fan, bro. Because I'm like, oh my god, I don't even have a football team, man. Because I grew up in that era where there was no football in LA.
Yeah. All the football is gone.
You know, my family watched. My dad watched football. You know, we cheered for whoever he was cheering
Yeah.
for. You know, like, but
Just find teams.
I was a basketball, motocross, NASCAR.
Makes sense.
That's it. That's all I had time for.
That's all you had time for.
All I had time for. Yep. Those three.
Back to Hey Buddy You Can Drink Now, the segment where we talk about the things that turn 21. And this week we have a special one for me, and that is the WNBA. The WNBA started its first ever game 21 years ago today, coming off the spurs of the 1996 Olympics. Women's basketball was at a pretty peak of popularity, and this league launched. The first game was the New York Liberty versus the Los Angeles Sparks, two teams that are still in existence today. Two of the big stars in that game were Lisa Leslie and Rebecca Lobo, who are both immensely talented players and players that are still massive influences on the game from the standpoint of they had great careers and were able to show that women's basketball was viable in the popular sports culture. First game was won by the New York Liberty. Obviously, New York actually had a pretty good run that year. They went all the way to the finals where they lost to the Houston Comets. But big event for WNBA and women's basketball to launch in America and do it on a pretty spectacular level. Was a really interesting game, back and forth. Penny Toller scored the first points, and it just kind of went from there. So ever since then, the sport has grown and grown and grown. You have amazing people in the sport now. Liz Cambage, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Candace Parker, Tina Charles, Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore. You name it. There's a number of stars in the league, and I didn't even name half the UConn players like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, and go on and on. But lots of talent in the WNBA right now, and all those women owe a lot of that to the women who played in the first WNBA game and played during that first WNBA season and showed everybody that the sport was incredibly viable to be super popular. And so if you're thinking about the things that are super cool and super important in your life and groundbreaking, for me, WNBA's first game shows that. I was a massive fan of the 1996 Olympics. I followed Rebecca Lobo throughout college. I sent her a letter. She sent me a letter back signed to me and from the University of Connecticut. I was a fan. I loved watching the women's game, and I think to this day the women's game is more technically sound and better viewing than the men's game. So when you're thinking about things that are super important to you and thinking about things that started and are now of age, as we say, the WNBA is really, really cool with that. I remember watching the first game, and I remember the excitement that me and my brother had sitting down and collecting the cards. They came in these little tins, and like it was super cool. Like we remember, my brother has a bunch of jerseys. I had a Rebecca Lobo jersey. Just really, really, really fun to watch that and see that is 21 years old today. So WNBA, you can drink today, and I think you should put back as many shots as you can, because I know for a fact that you guys will continue to grow and make yourselves even bigger of an entity than you are with all the talent that we have in the WNBA. Let's go grab a drink.
Wow, man, that's really interesting. Like, I did not realize that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, the fact that basically WNBA kind of, they use the Olympics to kind of launch the popularity of the sport for the '96 Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, when the women kind of dominated there, which
Yeah,
happened to be
true.
the same Olympics the Dream Team was at. You know, obviously, but yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome things, and still going strong today. I know some people aren't fans, and they're like, the league's not growing as fast. But you know, if you look at it actually comparatively to the 20-year mark of the NBA, like people forget the NBA hasn't always been like full of like $30 million contracts. Yeah, but you're growing it from nothing. You got to grow a fan base.
Oh no, I totally agree. I see both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think actually what hurt them is like from the start some of them still do, but they play in like the big arenas. A lot of them play in the same arenas, and when you're not drawing that many fans, it doesn't look good. But you know that a lot of them are starting to play in smaller venues now, and they're packing them out, and you know that's the easier way to grow and show the growth.
Okay. That's
So,
true. Yeah.
You know, it's like if your favorite band, like when they started out, played in the venues they play in now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're like, no one knows who the hell you are. You're gonna play to 10 people in
It takes time.
stadium.
I mean, one thing that always cracks me up about people who don't do the research is when they argue about how the WNBA players get paid less than the NBA players, and it's like, well, the NBA generates more money.
Yeah.
So there's more money to be paid. I mean, they should get paid more than they do. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I agree. So should teachers and the military and
all
that
sure.
other crap for sure. But but at that point, you know, you're playing a game and you're getting paid for it, so you should.
Yeah. I think the argument for that is that in foreign countries they make a lot more.
Oh, do they? See, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like and like it's pretty. I just saw actually a tweet. It was I think from Liz Cambage.
Okay.
The center for the Dallas Wings, she was talking about how she found out that like the refs in the NBA games make more than like the highest paid WNBA player.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like the 12th man on like literally the last.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
They make what an entire team would make.
Yeah, that's
like it's like you're like, man, you're like, come on. I can't think of like the worst NBA player right now, but like, yeah, think of the worst NBA player and be like, that guy shouldn't even be in the NBA maybe, but he's making more than like superstars, you know.
Does not knowing the score with 5 seconds to go qualify you to be the worst player in the NBA?
Ooh, shots fired at J.R. Smith, is that? J.R. Smith is.
No, it was just the first thing I thought of. Yeah,
I bet you he's making more money than probably like two WNBA teams, which is
combined. Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, like that's the thing is like I think with the revenue, and that's where honestly the revenue is different. So like what the NBA makes, the players make like some like 55% of it like in contract, whereas I think the WNBA only makes 22%.
Oh.
So even though they shouldn't maybe like in comparison be making like $50 million a season, they should be getting probably a little more revenue stream, especially with like they just the rights getting sold to like Twitter. So Twitter shows games, you got League Pass, all that kind of stuff. Like
then they should be getting more.
And honestly, they just signed a new deal with Nike too for like merchandise too. So they should they're all wearing Nike jerseys now, so everything should be more available and they should push a little more, but there's their affiliation with the NBA is kind of, I think it's helpful, but it also hurts because like you get that obvious comparison, but then you're also like they're not really getting the benefits of being NBA affiliated almost. So
yeah, I can see that.
But that's a good. It's like any sport, though. I think eventually it'll make its way.
No, I definitely agree with where you're coming from. Like, did not realize that the refs get paid that much.
Yeah, you're right.
But the disclaimer: I haven't done any research. That was
Yeah.
your topic. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I did not know that. But
Yeah,
I just remember what I've read online and seen on Twitter and all that other stuff.
It's interesting. It's just an interesting like dynamic between like how much players should get paid, and I'm sure the players think they should probably get paid more than they actually should get paid, but they should probably get a pay hike, a drastic one for them.
Yeah. Further speaking on old De Niro, young De Niro, I'm like Godfather old De Niro, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Deer Hunter De Niro. You're like the intern.
Yeah, that's my favorite Robert De Niro movie, so it's all good.
You being serious right now?
I'm not a Robert De Niro fan.
I'm old De Niro fan.
See, I don't.
After Goodfellas Casino, it's like, but I can't really think of a movie where I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I wanted to like Bad Grandpa so bad, but it was just there was a couple one-liners that were really funny. But,
exactly. Yeah,
21 when he hit on college girls.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine? It's like Pete Davidson as a grandpa.
Pete Davidson's a grandpa.
I said it's like Pete Davidson as a grandpa.
Oh, I was like, what?
Just falling in love with 18-year-old girl.
I take back him. I was like, he has aged well. We still haven't decided who his biological mom is. If William Dafoe is his mom or dad.
He reminds me of like he kind of has like a Steve-O vibe, like his face.
A little bit.
Like, but not like full blown. Like just like parts.
What are you doing? He was just licking my arm. I have a story. I mean, I guess we're rolling anyways, but I have a story about being at a stoplight and looking over I was by the local McDonald's, like a way, and this fucking like a red Ford Explorer pulled out like to the lane next to me, and I look over. This is my challenge. I look over, and this is a plus size woman. If you give me a full figure, and that's being very, very kind. But she was eating a McChicken, and she was like 2 biting it. Yeah, so taking 1 bite and chewing, she would take 2 gigantic bites, like a good third of that McChicken's gone. So she pop, and I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of like, I didn't mean to stare. I was kind of, I was really big, dude. Just so I was kind of caught mid thought, and then that happened. So it's like my brain didn't process all the way to like look away fast, and she turned and looked at me and blew me a kiss, and she had the mayonnaise, the mayonnaise lip.
Ayo.
And I started laughing. I laughed my ass off, but it was laughed my ass off all the way home. And then
Jay got a new girlfriend.
And then I took a shower.
Yeah, I bet.
A cold shower.
You're like,
no, I was aroused.
Hey.
Cool.
Oh, dude, that's terrible. Yeah. No, dude, some weird shit always happens out and
bro,
about.
she was 2 bite it, dude. And then looked over and went, "Mwah."
Was she like being like, yo, why you watching me, or was she just like hey,
like 0 fucks? That was like a 0 fucks.
Like, you have to give 0 fucks at that point. Just speaking of giving 0 fucks, Saturday I was at one of the stores that I do, and and it's Saturdays. You would think weekend, but it's pretty slow sometimes over there. And I hit that store when it's slow. It's the slow time. So, having a young child myself, I know that my wife typically needs about probably like 30 minutes to completely breastfeed, because she's breastfeeding our little dude.
Oh, okay.
So this lady obviously came to the convenience store. I had to get whatever gas, I don't know what, but she came inside, right? She walks in, and I don't really think about it because she's like maybe like 5'5", like maybe $105. Not a big lady. She's a pretty small lady. She's holding a big old kid in her arms, like probably like Jack's in her arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But she's breastfeeding him.
That's that.
Which I'm 100.
What's that movie? What's that movie? Is it Grown Ups? Is it Grown Ups? Is it?
I can't remember.
I feel like it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Dude, so it's weird. So I look over and I'm like, I kind of double take it because she's not covered, which, like, I don't want to start that debate with anybody. I don't care if you're covered or uncovered, whatever.
No,
I've seen plenty of women out in my profession breastfeeding in public. I don't care.
When you gotta eat, you gotta eat. It's about the baby.
The thing that threw me off was the kid looks over and pops off.
Did you give me
and says hi and waves to me and then goes back to eating. And I'm like, if your kid can pop off, I don't know. Like it was a legit.
Maybe not in public. I mean, maybe that's past public phase.
Like, yeah, I was just thrown off. But then I was like thinking about it, and the thing that threw me through the biggest loop was I was like, you are stopped at a convenience store, so like you're not gonna be here for a very long time. So like, did you just is this like a quick snack? Like, because it was like weird. Like I'm like, why would you breastfeed your kid now?
It is Grown Ups. It is that movie Grown Ups. You have to edit that in.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like the stuff you see is just weird. I mean, super nice lady. The kids seem nice. Whatever. It's just like,
of course,
the randomness that you're like, maybe there's something weird about like getting a high like in that moment.
Yeah,
that was like.
I honestly don't, because I mean, like, what I have my youngest daughter is verging on 2 right now, right? And
yeah.
So, because the twins aren't born yet, and she's not breastfeeding. She's not breastfeeding anymore, right? She's regular food, But
yeah,
I feel like I'm trying to remember when she started saying hi and waving, but it's been a long time. It's been a while since she has been doing that, but I feel like that's.
Like my son does it. My son says hi. Like he does the baby hi because he's like 14 months.
Yeah.
He's like hi and like he'll like wave. Yeah. But like this was like a full blown like hi. Like
sup, bro. Yeah.
Like I'm going to kindergarten next year. Like
okay, that's fun.
Hey.
Like hey, do you like Spider-Man?
like imagine like your son having a full blown conversation but also breastfeeding with you.
I'm trying to picture a kid just turn around like popping off a tit and going, "Hey,
yeah,
what are your thoughts on Thor?"
Like I thought that was coming. Like it was like there was that. It was just weird. Like it's not weird because like it's a natural thing and it's like it's a cool thing. Like I get it. Like
it's just it caught you off guard.
The off guardness of it like was like
it was awkward at the very least.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's always awkward because like I'm like one of those people like I'm not super conservative like when it comes to that, but like I wear a lot of clothes like even when I'm working like because I bend down a lot and like I move like people get like plumber's crack and stuff like dude I wear like an undershirt that's like tucked in. I'm making sure that ain't moving nowhere. Like I'm super covered. I like to be covered.
Dude,
and stuff.
I don't care.
I honestly don't.
I mean, but I haven't quite verged down the road of the Dadbod as far as some of other people that I know. So,
like, dude, I'm fucking dead.
No,
like,
I wasn't referring to you.
Oh no, I know.
We haven't exchanged nudes yet, but
this is my self shame.
But but I got some friends that are like, Like we were in the military together. I'm like, bro, you got that beer gut now, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not like fat. I'm like, man, you gotta work out.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, yeah, like it's funny. Like one of the guys I know here, he smokes a lot of pot. Like but like he's at the gym like 7 days a week, like 2 hours a day. I mean, he has no kids. He's a single dude, but like, I mean, he has all the time. But like, he's like. It's almost like He told me it was like a performance enhancing drug for him.
In a way, it helps recovery definitely in a lot of factors.
Like he was like I just like when he's like I don't think about it much, and he's like then I just go and I steamroll through the workout.
I don't know if that's as much a part of just being stoned as it is.
Yeah,
I mean I don't know if it's an enhancement any more than like a pre-workout.
Yeah,
taking some some betas, but like. It definitely helps with post-workout with recovery.
Yeah, I bet.
For that part, if you eat it, you can use it topically and stuff like that. But like, But it
That makes
comes to
sense.
but I mean, really, it comes down to more to how you eat
Yeah. Oh yeah.
in that situation and how often you eat, and you get what I mean, because
Well, it's probably like the stereotype is probably what they're thinking. Like, oh, like
oh yeah, yeah.
Jay's eating like a box of cookies
No,
and
but I
like,
know, but I know.
yeah,
No. I get it. Like, yeah, that's really fine. No, I'm really, really strict about what I eat, and most of the time, like I don't eat fast food very
yeah.
often, and like ever will I like choosing to. You get what I mean? And then stuff like that. You try to keep it fresh beef.
I mean,
Grass-fed local beef,
yeah. Oh,
local
I mean,
chickens.
I've definitely been eating
I try
a
to know
lot. But,
everywhere where all of our food comes from. Hi.
I mean, makes sense. I mean, that's the new way. It's so much easier now too to
No,
find out.
I've been doing it since I got out of the military, man.
Yeah,
It's just it's cheaper too. Where I
yeah.
live, it's cheaper. You get what I mean? It's cheaper for me to buy a cow from a farm. You know what I mean? From say hi, Mia. Say hi. Show me muscles.
Ooh, she got the muscle. She's
Show me
got you.
war face. War face. Okay, now go play. Take my shoes with you. Yeah, no, try to be local, organic, as much as we can.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Think about it, man. No, you just got. It's as simple as okay, look at. I mean, I look at like my grandma and especially like my great grandma, who's like the 100 ballpark as far as age goes. I can't give you the
yeah,
exact year. I forget, but like she's either 99 or 100 now, or 98. And you think about the way they ate then, there was no processed food, dude,
no,
or
yeah,
very little processed food and stuff like that. And makes sense. You get what I mean?
yeah.
So,
Well, it's so easy. That's the routine that we fall into with having the girls be a little older and there are events all over town and like you're driving and then the next thing you know it's like oh it's dinner time and then you're like oh do we have time to make it's just like more prep work. You just got
yeah,
to
that's
have
exactly what
everything
I was gonna
prepped and ready to go and
say. We prep.
that's what we've been really getting better at doing here because it's like since we moved we're a little bit more outside the city so
Yeah.
it's a longer drive to get to their stuff but I mean it's a lot of that same feel. Like
Yeah, man.
we got people who have cows and stuff, and I know a lot of people who like. That's my next thing. I got to get the garage like fridge freezer
Yeah.
combo thing, so I can just like store all the meat and stuff.
Yeah, we
And
got a big old combo or big old freezer in the garage.
yeah,
For like when I go hunting, and then or whatever, and then we have an actual like a medium-sized fridge in the house for when we do the meal prepping that goes in there.
yeah,
So when like for her lunches and stuff like that and whatnot.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little easier. I mean,
I think once you get into the routine of it, it makes it a
right.
lot easier.
But
It's
yeah, and then it's just the small little changes you make over time that adds up into a good cycle.
oh for sure. I definitely
You
noticed that like since April, mid-April, I started eating a little bit better and watching what I intake and I was like 240 at
Okay.
like my heaviest
Okay.
and I'm down to 210, 209. I'm like hovering right
That's
there.
good,
Kind of
man. That's good.
hit a little bit of a wall like right
Yeah.
now, but like
Yeah.
it's like the second time I've hit a wall. So, but last time I just kept doing it and
You'll go through plateaus. You
Yeah.
get what I mean. But as long as you just keep working through it, shock your body a little bit somehow, maybe drop a
Yeah.
little, do some intermediate fasting. Could hurt.
That's what I've been doing a lot of that actually. Intermediate fasting has been my jam. Like,
Yeah.
well, especially with my work hours. Like,
Right.
it's easy if I can
Dude,
just get through my day.
I've been doing it for years before even realizing it was even a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was just naturally I'm not like I'm not a morning eater in any form of it. Really, very rarely will I get up and be like, oh, I'm starving.
I don't like morning. I'm not a big. I like
I'm
the
a
breakfast
morning
for
person,
dinner.
bro. The military's made me a morning person, dude.
Oh, I
I'm
mean
a
like
morning, noon, and night person. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I have no chill when it comes to shit like that. But
I mean like more like food. Like I'm not like a get up and the
oh
first
yeah.
thing. I know a lot of people like first thing they get up and they're like, oh, I want some eggs and bacon or something
No,
like that.
well, yeah.
Like
I mean, like if someone's frying up some potatoes and has some chorizo, oh yeah,
yeah,
hit me up. Oh yeah, baby. Oh
Yeah.
But but yeah, I won't get up and like make myself food. Yeah, I'll feed the kids or
Yeah.
whatever. But you know, my
That's the worst
but
part though,
the
is
baby's
making it.
mama is all about she's got to eat right away. The
Yeah.
second she gets up, you know, I think my daughter's that way too. I think it might be a girl thing.
Well, that's the thing is like making it for the kids is
Mhm.
like the almost like the worst part because like I got to get the baby's bottle ready and then
No,
get the kids fed and then I'm like while I'm making it then I'm like oh like I guess I kind of like I guess I could kind of eat like you know what I mean like whereas like if it was just me by myself I wouldn't
yeah.
even think of food like
Oh man, I gotta have caffeine right when I wake up.
oh
You know,
dude coffee.
I don't have to, but I prefer it. You get what I mean? Or
What's
something,
your
something
go to?
cold,
What's your
something
go to?
cold. Drink. What? Coffee?
No, like what's your go to like caffeine? Like you said something cold like you do
Oh,
cold.
I will. No, I was gonna say sometimes I'll just wake up and drink a cold bottle of water, man. I'll wake
Oh,
up just as
gotcha.
much, get the system firing, you get the
Yeah,
metabolism going and stuff. But like, I do like Black Rifle coffee. You get what I mean?
gotcha.
That's my stuff, man.
Black Rifle's good stuff.
I'll drink that, or I'll have a sugar-free Rip It or Red Bull. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I eat very little, eat and drink. I ingest very little sugar unless it's
Yeah.
natural. You know, fruit and all that other crap. That's it comes with the territory. But yeah, I don't. I try to avoid it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Mhm.
I've been doing a lot of the zero like the 0 calorie energy drinks if I do them
Mhm.
like which aren't
Yeah.
bad which have been
Yeah.
helpful. Sometimes you just need something like with some flavor.
Well, when it comes to the energy, dude, you might as well just pound a 5 hour and
Dude,
call it good. You know what I mean?
uh,
Save the calories or the
yeah,
intake of water.
the 5 hours are good. I do the Fordo coffee shots. You ever
Oh,
done
okay.
those?
No, I've seen them in the store, so but yeah, no, I'm usually either a 5 hour guy or like a sugar-free Red Bull.
Yeah, makes
You know what I
sense. Yeah.
mean? Because essentially it's the same thing, but with water.
Oh
To
yeah,
accommodate
true.
water
Yeah,
in it. You get what I mean? The B
makes
vitamins, the
sense.
caffeine, and then but
Yeah, I
yeah,
like that. I like that. I like those Fordo coffees. They're like 30 calories or something like that.
I've heard a lot of people talking about them. Yeah.
They're really good. Yeah, I mean, that's always good in a pinch. And yeah, I mean, just a lot of the things that we
Yeah.
do as dads, like and like with work hours, like trying to take care of yourself, man. I understand why people get dad bod because man, it's tough, man. Especially like when
Oh
you become a
man.
dad, you're just like you.
Dude, it's all mind over matter,
It
dude. It's a
is,
freaking excuse. I was watching My 600 Pound Life last night because
dude. That's
Because Mandy was watching when I got home, and naturally we got a bunch of TVs, but she was watching the big
yeah,
one, so you know, gotta pay some attention to her. You get what I
yeah,
mean? Because guys. That's what's important, not the stupid bullshit, not the rings, not the cars, not the houses. It's the little attention, like where I could go sit out and watch TV in the other TV room, but I'll come back here and pretend I'm watching My 600 Pound Life for half an hour. You get what I mean? Big deal. That goes so much further than.
which you really do. Don't lie.
Nah, I wasn't really paying attention. Actually, I was trying to come up with content for this, but yeah, and not like try to be rude. I was trying to
No.
and hide from my kids, so I didn't have to play with Lego models. But
Well,
anyways,
you know what's funny about my 600 pound life, right?
oh, whoa, no, what I was gonna say
Oh,
was the excuse stuff was it's just an excuse. That was the exact mentality that some of these dudes. Some of them have medical issues that led into it, but oh my, yeah, I have to go pick up that fucking 20-piece McNugget and that 32-ounce Coke because I don't have time to go home and make my
yeah.
goddamn kids some fucking steamed carrots. It takes the same amount of time I sat in that fucking drive-through. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that's bullshit. I mean, yeah, there are the occasions where you need to. I understand, but when it becomes a cycle of habits, that eventually where you weigh 600 fucking pounds, you're lying
Yeah.
to yourself. You get what I mean, or even in general, or whatever the case may be. Not
Well,
that
yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, getting to that point
That's
as
my
well.
honest opinion. At me if you want to talk, but I'm not gonna budge. So don't even waste
I
your
mean,
time.
it's definitely got to have some mind over matter
Oh, it
in
is.
there. I
It
mean,
is. It
it's
is. And that's what it takes. I mean, even when people go to get like a weight reduction or weight loss surgery like that, they have to lose a certain amount of weight to even qualify, so the doctors know they're not going to plump back up right after
yeah,
they get back into their same habits. It's about changing your habits.
It is about changing habits.
It's
You
just,
gotta.
it's just like readjusting for more. It's about changing your habits, changing your point of view,
Oh yeah,
learning.
habits are big, man. How you gotta just get the habits.
Learning. You know,
Speak. I was gonna say, speaking of some habits, you did an interesting little video about some habits.
oh yeah. So you ever, I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea that in the '60s NASA was into some all kinds of freaky dicky stuff.
Dude, yeah,
Freaky dicky.
yeah. Watch this video. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, enjoy and have your mind blown.
Expect more shit like this from me. I'm good for that stuff. This is what I live for. Weirdness of fucking people.
Boom. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's weird. Yeah.
The White Goddess, the dolphin who loved me, from SeaWorld with love, maybe the enchantment under the sea hands.
Yo, dude! Fresh off the Fact Factory floor!
So, this one time, NASA.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, that NASA. They funded this communication research institute known as the Dolphin House, which investigated methods of taking different creatures and talking to the creatures in the 1960s. Around 1965, they were basically attempting to teach these dolphins to speak English with a wide range of techniques, from giving them LSD, which is, acid, to yes, hand jobs. So, like the happy endings, the rub and tugs, churning the butter. The Hugh Jackman, the Hando Calrissian, slicking the sea serpent. Call it what you will. Yes, they jerked off a dolphin. John Lilly, a neuroscientist who led the work, studied 3 dolphins in particular, one of which he chose to leave in an isolation tank with a human for 24 hours a day for 3 months. Give you a little idea what they look like, right? You know what I mean? Now enters the Wet Goddess herself, Margaret Lovatt, who was part of the NASA-funded project to communicate with dolphins, lived, loved, and handled teaching Peter. Now, Peter was the one in the isolation tank with the human, and he was not given LSD, even though the other 2 were. Lovatt would attempt to live in the isolation with him for 6 days a week, and on the 7th day, Peter would return to the sea pool downstairs to spend time with the other dolphins in the lab, Pamela and Sissy. But Pam and Sissy eventually proved to be too much to tame Peter's frustration, as this is where things got really fucking weird. Margaret was quoted as saying, "Peter liked to be with me," explains Lovatt. He would rub himself on my knee, on my foot, or on my hand. At first, I would put him downstairs with the girls, but transporting Peter downstairs proved to be so disruptive from the lessons that it faced, the dude faced frequent arousal apparently, and it just seems that Lovatt would relieve his urges manually. Yeah, that's what I said. Manually. Allowed that, she says. I was not uncomfortable with it as long as it wasn't rough. What? What the fuck? Like, what? It just becomes part of what was going on. It's just like an itch you just can't get rid of. Scratch it, move on. And that's how it seemed to work out. It wasn't private. People could observe it. So she put on the show of her jerking off for Peter. What in the world? Just as Lovitz and Peter's 6-month living experience was concluding, it was announced that the lab would be closed due to lack of funding. Peter was shipped to a lab in Miami where he committed suicide a few weeks later. Little unknown fact about dolphins that I learned today. They don't consciously breathe oxygen. They have to force themselves to breathe oxygen. They have to be conscious about it. So yeah, that dude sank to the bottom of the pool, all lovesick for his teacher's loving attention, and death by drowning. Either way, Lovett may have been the first original bad lady teacher. Also, Peter didn't learn to speak English, but I heard he passed his erectile calisthenics class.
Was that badass or ridiculous?
Awesome.
So that's what happens when you jerk off a dolphin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm a pretty big fan of the Hando Calrissian. I thought that was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
I was speedballing ideas.
Dude,
and then I about threw up when I said slicking the sea serpent, and then I was trying not to lose my composure. It was so funny.
Dude, I didn't know dolphins had to voluntarily breathe.
No, and also I didn't know dolphins had a dick, similar to our dicks. So
Fair enough.
I had to clear my browser history. I'm doing this piece. I really did. I was like, I'm clearing this shit out. There's all kinds of. I'm like, do dolphins drown? Do dolphins have dicks? Can you jerk off a dolphin?
Whoa, yeah.
I had to make sure this. I can't put out bullshit for people. I don't lie. This really happened, and it's all scientifically possible.
It was an amazing piece. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was.
Wait till the next one. I got next level.
Next level.
I mean,
It's going higher than that. It's getting weirder, or like that.
It's gonna be more fucked up, I think.
Oh no!
My buddy Jamie sent me this video, kind of vaguely filled me in on what it was about, and I have not worked up the nuts to watch it yet. And the article backing it up and all that, the literature on it, and because I was gonna watch it the day he sent it to me. When I remembered, he sent it to me, and it was probably 11:30 midnight or so, and I was kind of winding down. I was watching. I forget what docuseries I was watching, but anyways, that's usually what I watch, something informative at night, kind of give me something to think about as I fall asleep, so I can keep the war demons away. And anyways, and then I was debating watching that, and I was like, man, I feel like this is gonna fuck with my head as I go to sleep. I was like, I gotta keep that balance. I can't. Yeah. So,
I don't want it.
And then so then I haven't. And then I forgot about it for a couple of days, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, I need to watch that. And I was gonna watch it before we did this, but I didn't want to fuck up my head before.
You're right. You're like, you gotta get in the right headspace.
Well, no, I had all that other stuff from this week in there.
Yeah.
But,
makes sense. Well, I think that's I think that's the episode, Jay. I think we're done.
See you guys next week.
Episode 2 in the books.
Check us out at Yo Dude Podcast on Instagram. There's Yo Dude Podcast on Twitter as well.
Yep.
Both of our Twitter handles are below.
Bam bam.
Yeah. See you next time.
We're gonna be back again shortly to have another one out.
Feel free to tweet me with your ideas, and we can talk about it. If you guys got some good stuff, let's get some back and forth. We love stuff.
Anything weird? Any questions you have for us? Anything you want to know? Anything you want our opinion on? Relationship advice? It don't matter. We're one-stop shop.
Yeah. And if for you guys that were listening audio only, make sure you hop onto YouTube and check out the video pieces that go along with the sound, so you get the full experience. And that way you can see how Ant also looks like. Let me think of a good one. A raw turkey stuffed into a spandex leotard.
Ooh. I mean,
that's kind of rude. I'm sorry. That was mean. I was put on the spot, and I just I feel bad now.
I thought we were going with raw chicken
Oh, I forgot about the raw chicken teddy bear.
Raw chicken teddy bear was weird.
Oh man, the meat bear. I was calling it meat bear for like 2 days. Oh man, I sat on that picture all night before I put it on Twitter. I found it on Facebook and I was like,
so nasty.
It was on a Facebook Marketplace ad, dude. And
dude, somebody put that up. $47 too. Like, what in the world?
He's like, this is pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty gross. I mean, and then I was like, man, this is the beginning to it puts the lotion on the skin. If you were wondering, like, how you end up like Buffalo Bob, this is how
Buffalo Bill, isn't it?
I don't know. I
think it's Buffalo Bill.
How you end up with that? How you end up weird like that Jeffrey Dahmer motherfucker, Dexter motherfucker, fucking Charles Manson, meat bear, raw chicken motherfucker. I mean, like, dude.
Yeah. Go check out Jay's Twitter. He posted the picture. It's
there's all kinds of random shit on there, and I also post all kinds of good medical marijuana information on top of the fantasy sports stuff too. If you're into that, check us out there too. You can find more stuff at dfsboutique.com too.
That's right. Yeah. We're just kind of all around. We just enjoy being social. So
that's what we do. And enjoys long, warm baths with a nice bottle of Chardonnay, some headphones, and a good Kelly Clarkson album.
Yeah. Don't forget bubbles. We got to be a bubble bath, though.
Hey, everybody. Ant here. Just wanted to say thank you for watching.
Yo, dude!
If you liked what you saw, definitely hit the subscribe button so you get first notifications when everything comes out. Also, follow us on Twitter at YoDudePodcast, at Matty Machine Gun, and at PatchBlackDFS.